That was great.
No.
I didn't learn anything about you. I would like for your samurai characters to have a name. I want them, so what a character is, it's a couple things. A character is a different physicality, it moves different than you. Vocality, it sounds different than you. And motivation, it wants different things. It is very important that we understand motivation as haunted house performers. Because our characters ought to want to kill everyone who walks through. As an actor, we cannot let that happen. We have to control that. So, physicality, they should move different than you. People are soup. Characters are sauce. A person is like tomato basil soup. It's not overpowering, it's kind of mellow. You can enjoy it for a long time. Sauce is much more concentrated in flavor. Technically, barbecue sauce is not that different from tomato basil soup. They're kind of similar. But I wouldn't want to eat a whole bowl of barbecue sauce. It's too much. It's too much. It sort of attacks you. You don't want that. So your character should be way more intense than you as a person. As a person, we're generally boring. We don't want that in the haunted house. We want to be a little more exciting than that. We want them to take notice of us and run away. That's the best. So, when you make this character, give it a name, figure out how it moves differently from you, figure out how it sounds differently than you, and figure out its motivation. Why is it here on this battlefield tonight? Why is that? I want to change up the beginning of the exercise. When I say action the first time, you are going to yell out your samurai's name and or battle cry. Would you guys split up so you can hear the back of the room and stuff? I want to hear your name and or battle cry. All right? On the first action. On the second action, we fight. Understood? Ready, your deadly samurai blades. Action! Great job, everybody, we're alive again! All right, guys, I want to give a couple notes. In general, that was a great job. That was very well done. That was a great job. I'll make a couple of little changes. One of the biggest things that we have to watch out for in this industry is ego, for so many reasons. Our two big enemies when it comes to haunt actors are ego and boredom. That's the two big enemies that we have to combat. Ego. So, new rule, you cannot kill yourself. Here's why. There's a little bit of ego in some people that won't let someone else have the reins to kill them. They're not okay with losing, even when they're pretending to be a samurai in an old sporting goods store. Okay? So we have to kind of let that ego go and let someone else drive our car for a bit. Along with that, we play murderers, werewolves, in some cases demons, and we have to be okay with losing. We have to be really, really okay with losing. We have a worse kill rate than stormtroopers. Everybody gets away, and everybody has to leave and have a good time, despite us trying to kill them. That would be downright disheartening if your ego was in the way of that. All right? And we also, that little bit of ego can make it so that you feel the haunt and the attraction is here for you, when really it's here for that customer. And that's where part of that boredom comes in. We have to make sure we're focused on the customer all the time. Added to that, I'm going to do two rounds here worth of notes. Added to that, when they're in the haunted house, it is probably the loudest thing they've been to since a live concert. Okay, it's definitely the loudest thing they've been to, aside from maybe a live concert. All right.
Jake doing the sound?
Yeah. Also, there are flickering lights, there's strobing lights, there's fog, it's dark. There's a lot of things. There's great sets that will compete for people's attention. And when they go through, there's between 60 and 80 people jumping down and screaming at them. I ask for you to be memorable. With all of that chaos, with all of that going on, I require you to be memorable to them. So now it's going to get even harder. Because in all of this, I want you guys to find a way to stand out. Find a way to make me notice you in this sea of dying samurai. Let the ego go. Get noticed. How long are you alive in this game? 5, 10 seconds tops. When you're working in the haunted house, how long are they in your set?
5 seconds.
5, 10 seconds. It's like I planned it. So let's do this again. And in there, I expect you to get noticed. I also expect you to get noticed right here on this battlefield. Rude Stacy, I know you're hidden throughout. Come over here. Here's where the audience is. Get noticed. Ready your deadly samurai blades. On the first action, it is your samurai battle cry or name or whatever. And then the second action is when you fight. Don't kill yourself. Like that's good parental advice. Action! Great job, everybody. You're alive again. All right. We're gonna go just like 2 more times. Like that's it. 2 more times.
It is 6:37.
We're gonna go 3 more times. That's it. All right. What I want you to do, here's your audience. Your job is to get noticed by the audience. Ready, your deadly samurai blade. Action. Don't get up. While you're in this vulnerable position, I want to adjust a couple settings. Some of you have had your slow-mo broken. Let's just dial that slow-mo back down to slow-mo. All right. So that was very good. Rue, in this mass of dying samurai, did anyone stand out to you?
Yes.
Go find them.
And it was a new person. Hi. That's not.
You guys are not a new person.
I'm not a new person.
They're just wearing a mask. Right, so why did he stand out?
Because he was fighting like this. It was really neat and different.
Okay, so just the way he moved, you're saying his physicality made him stand out.
Yes.
Great, great. Okay, and did anyone stand out to you in this mass of dying samurai?
Mine is also a physicality pick. Cash was doing some sort of like fit, like spasming.
I saw that she was dying. Okay, so I'm gonna also do one that was for physicality. Would you stand up? Because Pat, you did really good, and just it does not hurt that you're like 8 feet tall and made of linear swans. So just the way that she moved when she was killing was entertaining to watch. So that was kind of cool. Stand up here with the audience. And you are now all alive again. So you guys can, some people have come out of combat, move around wherever you want to go. Move around.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna put out a little reminder. And first action is for your samurai battle cry. You got a couple excited samurai that last go round. Battle cry or name. And then the next action is for combat. Ready, your deadly samurai blade. Action. All right, all right. You guys can attain consciousness. Don't get up. No, don't get up. Audience. The Holstein Samurai who stood out to you. Who stood out? What was he screaming?
I have no idea.
I heard him yell, "Die in bug form," and then he curled up. Who stood out?
Travis.
Okay.
More for location.
Right, because he died like on your feet. Who stood out?
She did good for her little lady physicality thing.
Her what?
Yeah, physicality.
Who stood out?
We had some vomiting in the crowd.
Come on. That was, yeah, he finished curling in the garbage can, died, and then got up to go a little more, and then died again. So that's good. Who stood out?
Actually, it's inadvertently use of a prop.
Aside from him, Amanda, because hers was here at the beginning.
Because of how she moved.
It's like just the weight that she was
Okay.
holding.
All right, come on up.
She was.
And, Misty, I'm gonna pull you out of the pile.
Okay.
Because, and this is not physicality based. She's like this big. She's wearing black like all the rest of you. So,
I followed the rules.
I don't really see her, but I hear her mumbling as she dies. And she'll say something, she dies, and oh, that came out wrong, and then she'll say something else. And then, so it's just this constant, like, vocal vomiting of stuff.
That's very
So,
accurate.
yeah. All right, so I'm going to get up. All right. A couple notes before the very last round, this time, of Slow-Mo Samurai. Here's my notes. Remember when we were just doing whoosh a minute ago, I said awareness was so important? Did anybody get stepped on? Did anybody get kicked in the face? Anybody almost step on someone else? Well, good job if you're aware. That's pretty important. Just be aware of where your body is moving. There's 40 flailing people in this room. So be aware of how you're moving and who you hit and how you hit. And so that you can die on time, be aware of if you get hit, so you can die. All right, another note. Move wherever you guys want. Move wherever you want. Figure out where you want to be. Bree, why did you move forward? Why did you move forward?
A little bit more room up here.
You wanted more room. Why did you move forward? To be seen. To be seen. Because here's your audience. If you moved to get up against that back wall, the odds was see. Oh, okay, here. But the odds of you getting seen are less unless you engage that audience. So I want to show you guys something real quick. All right. Turn on the power of imagination. I want you to imagine that I am what is that animal name? Truly, it's just the name of the animal that I want to be. Just popped out of my head. It'll eat a zebra.
Lion?
No.
Tiger.
And the dog house. Yes. I'm a hyena. All right. And I am eating a dead zebra. imagination and rate the scariness of this, rate it from 1 to 10. If you said -2, your imagination is broken, all right? But, like, a hyena eating a zebra, like, that's kind of scary. You know? But, like, what was that number? Pretty low, wasn't it? Okay, I'm gonna change one thing. Imagine, I am a hyena eating a dead zebra.
There you go.
What was that?
You
You went way up. All I did was look at you. All I did was acknowledge your presence. When the guests are coming through, it's okay if you're doing something scary, but it's not as scary as you would hope unless you acknowledge it. Make eye contact. Open up to them. You know, give that. Okay. Can I borrow you, sir? I've seen this example before, I think. I just want, so we have to be careful with how we present ourselves. So much of what we do is physicality, and so much of what we do in the haunt is to put them back in that primal rage for a couple reasons. I want them to have success and feel alive. No antelope feels any more alive. I want to just escape alive. And I want them to be open to all those primal fears that they have. And I use the haunt to do that. Well, that means they're so much more open to body language. Come right out here. Say to me, this body language, is this a predator to a predator body language? Not at all. This is, what animals do you see do this? Hey, no, deer, rams, giraffes. It is all, it's prey animals mostly that do this. They're squaring up. If we are predators, we can't risk getting injured or we won't eat. The grass will not escape those cows who are ramming heads into each other and stuff. Or the deer who lock in, the grass won't get away. So their odds of surviving an injury are way higher. Whereas if we're two tigers, they don't do this. Especially if they want to form a different relationship. The relationship that I want you guys to have when you're in the haunted house, every moment you're in there, feel like a lion. Have you guys heard of the argument / conversation theory, where it's parent, child, adult? If you speak like a parent, and that's how you talk to people, they're going to act like a child. If you act like a child to them, then they're going to talk back to you like a parent. Whereas if you both speak like adults, and you speak like an adult to that person, they're going to give that back to you. It's the same in the haunt. But if you act like a lion, they will believe they are a neighborhood. And that's what I want. So this body language here is me saying, I am a buck. I see that you are a buck. I challenge you for all these women. See? They want to fight them forever. All right, so body language is huge. When I say square up to them, what I mean is acknowledge their presence, capture them with your eyes, and then in many cases, it is scarier to notice them, acknowledge them, and then go into hiding where you can do something about it. As opposed to acknowledging them and then coming forward without awaiting the result. Because then you're going to break a promise. I'll talk about that later. Thanks. Ready, your deadly samurai blades. Remember, this is your audience. Remember first one? It's just coffee break, and then the second is back. Action! I'm Action! Go make How you gonna die? How you gonna die? You worked so hard to get away from him, and he's trying to help you. All right, that was very well done. You guys can be conscious. Look over here. Who stood out?
Right here.
Why?
They made sure that I did not miss them.
Because they were laying on your feet.
Yeah. They made eye contact with me, they went, you. So.
I'm one of them. Ruth?
Great.
Why?
She was right here, she made sure she got herself seen, she was right in front of everyone.
Okay.
Dale, all the way in the back.
Why did you notice Dale?
Because even though he was all the way in the back, he like took his time dying, so all of the people were dead, so I saw it, and he looked up over here.
He made sure that he had a stage. He's like, I'll let these people die, and then they'll see the back row. Come on up, Dale. Who'd you see?
Canal crew.
What is your name? Because I am not calling you Brown Girl.
Sorry.
Tori, come on over.
I'm sorry.
Why did Tori get your name?
I don't know how you were able to prop yourself up on the lampshade with a samurai sword and, you know, that was nice.
Who do you know is dying?
Jane, physicality, she always kept throwing herself in the air like she was praying, like it was in just like. It was
For
like,
a second there, she was spitting, and I thought she was
Yeah.
getting flushed down the toilet. She thought she was a samurai goldfish.
Is not some of
Who did you notice?
The girl who ran through, missing one here, the girl.
And what? Tell us all your name. That is a great question. Tell everyone your real name.
Eva.
Eva, come on up. Great job dying behind us. Who'd you notice?
Jesse, got people died in front of you, and I caught the very end of your very elegant crumple.
Oh, my arms got cut off.
That's embarrassing. Who stood out?
Constance. I like the low down samurai sword.
Okay, come on up. Great job.
He was like crouching tiger, hidden dragon.
It was physicality that got the notice.
The sir with the moon on his chest because he was doing it wrong.
Yeah, so when combat started, he realized his shoe wasn't tied. So he goes down to tie his shoe. He had trouble because he had sore hands. But yeah, well, like I could tell the action, the physicality, and it was so out of sync with what was going on, he was very easy to notice.
I was dying over here the whole time.
And I think that is, that's that. All right, everybody up. And let us end slow-mo samurai right there. Some other things I want to do. That was pretty physical. Let's do a 5-minute water bathroom break. And then come back here.
That was slow-mo samurai. Go make stuff.